Something really valuable about actually attending and being here in person is having the opportunity to actually ask the speakers while they're there, go up to the microphone, ask a question that you have, or meet them after the talk, chat them up in the hall. There's just a lot of opportunities if something isn't really clear to you to kind of just get in there and get a much clearer answer if you need one.
Okay, poor person's autocomplete for template arguments. Context is important. I'm working on a template library, heavy template metaprogramming, CRTP. It was C++11 since 2 months. We switched to C++17, that's nice. Template arguments are mostly well-defined interfaces there, but we don't want to inherit from them because then we would have a multiple virtual function calls on every numerical operation. So nothing you want to do. Long story short, I never have ever any template automatic completion in this library. Okay, let's demo something. I want to show you. So for example, we have here a draw interface, we have our struct A that gets a type name, and this is always a drawable type. So what can we do? First thing, we can define our type inside the class. I think that's a really good thing to do always because this helps template metaprogrammers to get the template arguments for your class. If you don't do this, it can be really hard to get them. So second step, let's add some magic. Okay, let's add some other ingredients to the magic that we say, okay, this should be a draw interface. But now we also need to define something. So what is when we are in an IDE? And then we actually need to say, okay, we are in an IDE. And now what we can do is here say, okay, a.draw. We have autocomplete of our template arguments. And we have documentation on our template arguments, what they should be. It's macro magic, so I know you don't like this, guys. But if you go here to a standard conditional, not IDE, first thing, so it should be the second one. Doesn't work, unfortunately. I would like to have this, but doesn't work for whatever reason, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. So that's a summary I've already given you. Well, I can do this. So define an interface for your template arguments. Add a macro for switching between argument and interfaces, and then always document your template arguments. That helps you also with autocomplete. Okay, what about concepts? If we go to newer CPP versions, we could say derived from draw interface. The problem is, Bjorn puts this out in his talk, that's too restrictive. So then we really have to need the inheritance, so this doesn't work. And we still don't have any autocomplete. But IDEs could pick up on this and say, okay, if it's derived from, then we actually could do the autocomplete there. What about reflection? We could reflect on this, have a supports interface concept, and add the reflection types, the meta types in there, and then generate something that, a reflection that says, okay, do you have all the methods? Then we have no restrictions. There's still no autocomplete. And that should probably be picked up by CLangD or the IDE developers. So that's all. Thank you very much. If you have other ideas how to achieve autocomplete for template arguments, please talk to me later. Thank you very much.